There may be labour peace in BC schools, at least for now, but there's still more trouble coming. BC government employees are next, and they're threatening job action by later this summer. However, the potential of a strike at the University of Victoria this Friday has been averted, if only for now. The QP locals at UVic represent about 1,500 employees, including tradespeople, childcare workers and ground workers. They say they deserve a pay raise. They've been without a contract for more than 2 years now. QP and UVic are currently talking, but the union says if there isn't an agreement, their members may hit the picket line at the end of July.
We have moved on every one of our issues, and we believe the university has moved in only very small ways on some of the issues. Not our fundamental issues, though, of protecting jobs, about dealing with inflation, and overhauling our job evaluation system. No significant move there at all.
The university offered the two union locals a 2% wage hike last week, but they turned it down, and it's the same story with the BCGEU. The Government and Service Employees Union has rejected a government offer of job security and a 2% wage increase with a 1.5% hike next year. The finance minister says it was a fair offer, but the BCGEU says it was not, and it's ready to take job action this summer.
For the most part, our members have given us to believe what we think or where they think we ought to get the wage increase, and that's somewhere around the COLA level, cost of living. And so our members are behind us, and they're willing to step up to the plate and do what needs to be done to really highlight the fact that they're working harder. They do more with less. Each year there's less in the public sector, and they want a fair and reasonable wage increase.
The BCGEU has been without a contract for 3 years now and says it wants an offer that is not beneath inflation. A warning from Victoria Police tonight of parents of children in the George J. Elementary School area. Just after 9 o'clock this morning, police say a man tried to abduct a 10-year-old girl as she was walking to George J. School. Police say the student was approached by a man who asked her for help and to accompany her to his van parked across the street. She fortunately did the right thing and did not go and ran to a family member nearby instead. The man's described as white, wearing a white shirt and blue jeans. He had a white beard and a blonde ponytail, also wearing glasses and said to be a smoker. Police ask for your help tonight. If you know who this is or have any information about the apparent child abduction attempt this morning, call the Vic PD tip line at 250-995-7444. Long-awaited expansion of the Victoria Inner Harbour Floatplane Terminal got underway today, and it'll amalgamate the harbour operations of 3 airlines. You may have seen it today, the big crane towering over the Inner Harbour docks as construction crews were dropping concrete anchors this afternoon to support the new dock. It's a $3.5 million project that will expand the platform by 25 meters, allowing more floatplanes to dock. Harbour Air says the move should make flying out of Victoria's Inner Harbour even more efficient and affordable.
Well, I think we can hold our prices and make it affordable to go from Vancouver Island over to the mainland, as well going to Seattle. And so there's some exciting opportunities here for the consumer.
The new floatplane dock should be able to accommodate 11 or 12 aircraft. The current capacity is 3 or 4. The new dock is expected to be complete very quickly over the next couple of weeks. Well, the Harper government's creating waves across the country, trying to spark innovative ideas, and thanks to dedication to producing more entrepreneurial businesses, the Canadian Coast Guard is now getting a virtual helping hand from Victoria's high-tech sector. Rona Ambrose, the minister, was here today. Captain of her own ship as she used a marine simulator to test drive a vessel. Victoria's Marine Virtual Technology Incorporated has won a contract to supply training simulators for the Canadian Coast Guard. It's part of the federal Canadian Innovation Commercialization Program. The Victoria-based company has designed a computer marine training program so that the Coast Guard can train personnel on land. Ambrose, the Public Affairs Minister, says the technology will help cut costs and reduce risks during tactical training.
So it builds the confidence of the search and rescue team working for the Coast Guard on shore, so that when they do go off into those really rough seas in very dangerous situations, they're more confident and more able to complete their mission. So we're very proud that the Coast Guard has found this Canadian technology. We found a match, and that's what this program is all about. It's about supporting Canadian companies that are creating Canadian innovations.
The Victoria company says since debuting its marine technology, it has already deployed the program to the Navy in Brazil. From gnome napping to a Chihuahua invasion, a pack of the little dogs arrived on Vancouver Island today looking for a new place to call home.
Come on, guys. Come on. Come on.
The 22 Chihuahuas are settling into their new surroundings in North Saanich, stretching those 38, make that 88 tiny legs after flying on a private jet from San Jose to Bellingham, then riding a BC ferry to Swartz Bay. Shelters in California are overrun with Chihuahuas right now, and the tiny dogs are being shipped to destinations across North America. A volunteer who escorted the pups on their journey says she wants to find every single one of them a safe and stable home.
Well, we need the dogs adopted for sure. We're looking for good homes for these dogs because we don't want them to have another home. We want them just to be their forever home. So we're very selective and make sure that we have a good match. So we just don't let anybody have them. We make sure that the home is very suitable and that the people are able to care for them properly.
This is a big problem in U.S. cities. Wilson says on average 600 dogs come into San Jose animal shelters every month. If you think you'd like to have one at your place, then can provide a foster home for one of the Chihuahuas or can offer one or more of them a forever home, contact Animals for Life at the numbers on your screen, 250-656-4071 or 250-656-9117. Well, the ground was shaking off the west coast of Vancouver Island last night, beneath the sea at least. A magnitude 4.9 shaker happened just after 9 o'clock. The epicenter was 189 kilometers southwest of Port Hardy. No immediate reports of damage or injury. A well-known member of Greater Victoria's military community is being appointed as the province's citizen judge. Jerry Pash will be serving as a citizenship judge for a 3-year term on a part-time basis. Following a 27-year career in broadcasting, Pash worked for the Department of National Defense for 22 years as a public affairs officer in Victoria, a familiar face on our Remembrance Day coverage as well. Pash will be responsible for making decisions in regard to citizenship applications and will administer the oath of citizenship to new Canadians. RCMP and Nanaimo have come up with a good way to reward good habits. The Harbour City Mounties are stopping young people on the streets and are ticketing those who are displaying leadership skills and a good work ethic. No fines here. Instead, there are freebies. The tickets are free admission to swim, skate, or drop in at the gym or any Nanaimo recreation facility. Officers say their goal is to try to break down the barriers between young people and the police.
We're trying to get them to be involved in the right thing and get them involved in many of the good programs that the City of Nanaimo has to offer. A lot of the contact that we as police have with them may be for a negative nature, and they get a negative ticket, for not wearing their helmet, but we see that's a small portion. We see a large number of the youth doing great things in the community, and they need to be rewarded for that, and that's what this program is for.
RCMP also say the ticketing program will give some young people an opportunity who might otherwise not have had the option to take part in recreation facilities.